cracking? You hear that out of key? Nothing. What's happening? What's cracking?
It's hump day.
Sleepy?
It's hump day. It's hump day. We'll get there.
There he is. Now he's smiling.
Yeah.
No, I said what's cracking.
No, you didn't say what's cracking. You said what's happening, what's cracking.
Hey, Max.
You sound like you're from the
really?
East Coast, Key. Yeah, you gave me the...
Key called me yesterday. Key was like, yeah. So, I was like, damn.
Key, your voice was shot yesterday afternoon.
It sounds better today, though, Key.
Yeah, it's a little bit better today. I put the cool, what is it, Cool Filter Kings? Is that what it's called, Max?
Why you asking Max?
Well, because I'm sure when Max was rapping, he was smoking cigarettes.
I never smoked
the Cool 100s?
I never
Cool
smoked
100s,
the Cool 100s.
Virginia Slims, Newports
in New York.
Newports, yeah.
Newport menthol, but no, I didn't smoke. But yeah, if I had it, I can tell you right now.
Put it in the ear. I can see you put it in the ear, rapping some lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the Lucy's, right? You know, you go get a couple Lucy's with the Tims and.
But I'm all good now.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit better. That's all. It's been about 3 weeks, maybe a month since the pollen started to drop. So I think my body is getting accustomed to it. I'll be all right.
Yeah. Sounded like Doc Rivers on the call last night.
Yelling at so many players.
Speaking of Doc Rivers, by the way, the Bucks, Jay, I don't know when you're going to get on the Bucks bandwagon. I try to tell you how good Giannis
You're
and the
the
Bucks
worst.
are,
Stop
man.
stealing people's takes.
Key and me be trying to tell Jay how good the Bucks are, just sleeping.
There he goes again, Key, stealing our takes.
Listen, after missing Saturday's game against the T-Wolves, Giannis returns to the lineup, 25 and a cool little 17 boards. I mean, listen to what Stephen A. had to say about the Celtics for a second. This on First Take. Check it out.
Look at them defensively. They're like a bunch of piranhas. They switch everywhere. You've got 5 guys. They get out on shooters better than anybody that I have seen. Now we come to Miami and Milwaukee. What they can give you, who's a team that could combat that because of their defensive prowess? That would be the Boston Celtics.
Jay, I mean, the Celtics have been playing, everyone knows, last 6-8 weeks. Celtics been the best team in basketball the way they've been playing. I would say that's fair to say, right? But is this kind of overlooking Milwaukee?
They've been playing the best basketball. They're not the best team.
Right.
And there's a difference. The best team is the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think it starts to become a little bit ridiculous that people love to discredit what Milwaukee did last year, taking into fact COVID, injuries, all this stuff. It seems like there are a lot of excuses around it. And I'm getting to this point now where I'm looking at Giannis and I'm saying, are you the most disrespected superstar of this generation? Because it feels like people are always trying to knock him. He's not as sexy as a Joel Embiid, or he's not doing the way Kevin Durant has done it. The dude is a 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 2-time MVP, an NBA champion at 27 years old, had 50 points, 14 rebounds in Game 6 of the NBA Finals, plays through injuries, is always there, always plays every single night, it feels like, and it just feels like he's a constant. And we always look over him because it's not the hot thing to talk about at the moment. But why aren't we talking about the defending NBA champions with the same kind of energy we talk about other teams with? That's a big question I have.
You got to think about it back to last year, Jay, as I was telling you when this conversation came up before. You had the same kind of, conversation about Milwaukee and Giannis. And one of the things that I said, there's no disrespect to Giannis. You got to remember, it's Milwaukee. I hate to say it that way.
The market, you're saying.
It's the market. It's not New York and the Nets. It's not Chicago. It's not L.A. It's not Miami. And if it was Giannis in those different places,
Giannis on the Knicks, in other words, would be a big deal.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes plays for Kansas City.
Well,
but it's the National Football League.
But that's a market.
And he's a quarterback.
It's a smaller market.
Yes, but
Aaron Rodgers plays for Green Bay.
But Jay, he's a quarterback in the National Football League.
I understand, Keith.
Totally different.
Of the football league.
Totally different. Totally different.
KD was a massive superstar in OKC.
KD was an MVP.
So Giannis is a 2-time MVP.
But hold on. But he also had Westbrook. He also had Harden, and they also had Snack, Crackle, Pop, and Flash. It was a different thing. And KD came from Texas.
What?
It's from D.C. It's a totally different thing. Now, you go.
Key, this is what I'm talking about, Key. This is what we start doing. Like, you're exactly what I'm talking about. We start, whoa, small market team, and Giannis came from Greece, and KD came from Texas. We just start making up these silly excuses.
But it's not making it up. If it was making it up, we wouldn't even be having this conversation, big dog. We're not making it up. It's in front of us.
But that's what I just don't understand. It's like I get it. LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever live. I understand how we're going to have a lot of segments about LeBron James. But, like, Joel Embiid's in Philly. Like, so you're going to tell me, like, oh, that's part of the tri-state. That's big. That's not New York.
Philly is
big, Jay.
Fourth, fifth biggest market in the country, though.
Okay,
Yes,
Jokic.
Max.
We talk about Jokic more this year than we talk. What?
No,
Jokic's name is involved in every MVP conversation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, wait. I think you're having. I want.
No, I'm not having multiple conversations. I'm talking about.
I wanted to stay out of it.
You don't have to interpret the way I talk. I can talk for myself. All I'm saying, Key,
No, you two are
is what I'm
fucking
trying to
past
tell
each
you. No, all I'm saying is we don't put Giannis at the forefront of conversations. And when we start talking about the best team in the league, it's like we always jump on something that seems hot or sexy at the moment. And I get that Boston could be there. Like, they're switching to one of the best defensive teams. It just feels like we just glance over Milwaukee. We always glance over Milwaukee.
Jay, you're on fire. Just let me know when I can go.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't. I wanted to stay out of it because that was good.
The Nets are probably, in my opinion, the best team. If they have a Kyrie Irving, if they can have Kyrie full time, they're the best team.
I agree with you on that, full time.
And so when you're in New York, Max, and you have KD and Kyrie, we're jumping over Milwaukee. That's just the reality of it.
And I think this is what I think is changing. Jay, like you got up on this topic, right? This is what I think is changing. Last year, it was totally obvious. The finals were between the two healthiest teams, not the two best teams. The Lakers were going to beat the Suns to me. They were winning that series, and then AD gets hurt. It's a wrap. Even if the Suns win, that's a tough. It's a wrap. You know. Same thing with the Nets. The Nets were killing the Bucks, and that's without Harden. Then Kyrie goes down, so it goes 7. The Nets still almost win. It's pretty obvious Nets were better than the Bucks. So everyone looks at that like, yeah, it's like an asterisk kind of.
Do you look at it the same way 2 years ago with the Lakers in the bubble? Because
No.
I don't hear LA.
Not quite the same. But wait.
Because Key said that so
No.
damn quick.
No, I agree. I agree with Key.
What are you
actually.
talking
Things
about?
were different, but the sense was the best team won. But look,
Oh my God.
Everybody was on equal ground in the bubble, man. Come
This
on
is
now.
what
So
changed.
what war of attrition happens in sports?
This is
Welcome
what,
to
right,
it.
right. This is what changed to me this year, and this is what to me you're identifying emotionally for people. Now what we see is Lakers are hurt, Nets are hurt again. So now we look back at last year and go, actually, that's fundamentally part of this Lakers and Nets team. They have injury-prone players. They have headstrong player in Kyrie, who's not just going to go with the flow, right? They have issues that could rear their head around this time of year. And when it happens 2 years in a row and you go, oh, I see, the Lakers are injury-prone because of the guys they have. The Nets, same sort of thing. Now we can look at a team like the Bucks and go, you know what? It's not just coincidence that they won or bad luck for the other team. This is fundamentally part of who the Nets are and part of who the Bucks are. So I think that mentality is going to change if the Bucks repeat.
So you're saying you agree with me? That's what you're trying to tell me, Max. That whole answer.
I like
you're
that argument.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
I like that
That's
argument.
all I wanted to hear.
Always a white dude trying to get two brothers to fight. You see, that's what Muhammad Ali used to say. Well, that's what Muhammad Ali
Two brothers.
Ali used to say before all his prize fights, Key, when the promoter was white, there's always a white dude trying to get two brothers to fight.
Who's the two brothers?
Me and Jay, obviously. All right. Keyshawn J. Willimax, presented by Progressive
Texas.
Insurance.
Yates on the horn.